On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Revolution.
A large-scale attempt to overthrow the government of a country, often using violence or war.
Examples:
Beginning of the Industrial Revolution. A political revolution. The revolution by the citizen resulted in a redistribution of wealth.
Gunfire.
The sound or act of shooting a firearm, the noise created by multiple guns firing at the same time.
Examples:
Lethal gunfire. Burst of gunfire. The journalist heard the sound of gunfire while reporting in a war zone.
Develop.
To grow or expand, to improve or refine through a process of progress and refinement, often to achieve greater sophistication or complexity, to elaborate or add detail to something that is in the process of being created.
Examples:
Develop a strategy. Develop a skill. We must develop a new system to streamline our workflow and increase efficiency.
Linear.
Of, relating to, or consisting of lines or length, able to be expressed as a straight line, especially on a graph.
Examples:
Linear trend. A linear equation. People tend to make linear predictions.
Progression.
The act or process of changing to the next stage or phase or moving forward.
Examples:
Progression of civilization. Progression of disease. The company has made great strides in its progression towards sustainability.
Primitive.
Of or relating to an early stage of society with no industry or technological development, simple, naive, or old-fashioned in style.
Examples:
Primitive society. Artifact of a primitive humankind. The industry in this country is still primitive.
Slave.
A person who is either legally or illegally owned by someone, a person entirely dominated by some influence or a person.
Examples:
A slave of drink. A slave trader. You should work hard but not be a slave to it.
Feudalism.
A social and economic system that was prevalent in medieval Europe, in which the nobility controlled land and resources, and peasants or serfs worked the land in exchange for protection and a share of the produce. A hierarchical system characterized by a rigid social structure based on land ownership and loyalty.
Examples:
Feudalism system. Medieval feudalism. The feudalism-based society of the Middle Ages had a strict hierarchy of lords and vassals.
Capitalism.
An economic system based on the private ownership of the means of production and their operation for profit.
Examples:
Advance capitalism. Under the umbrella of capitalism. Capitalism also guarantees intellectual property rights and thus promotes innovation.
Communist.
Relating to or supporting the political ideology of communism, equals a form of socialism that abolishes private ownership.
Examples:
Communist Party, Communist activist. During the Cold War, many countries feared the spread of communist ideology.
Regardless.
Not paying attention or considering something or someone even if the situation is bad or there are difficulties.
Examples:
Regardless of the difficulties. Regardless tread. People can pick out superior products regardless of the quality of the advertising.
Nationality.
The legal status or right of belonging to a particular country.
Examples:
Acquisition of nationality. Nationality certificate. Dual nationality is prohibited in specific nations, but not in others.
Paradise.
A place or state of perfect happiness, a heaven on earth.
Examples:
Paradise Island. Paradise for criminals. Hawaii is often referred to as an everlasting summer paradise.
Engage.
To attract and keep someone's attention and interest, to participate in or obtain services of something.
Examples:
Engage in environmental protection activities. Engage a new employee. Many multinational companies are engaged in the reconstruction of that country.
Struggle.
To make a great effort to do something when it is difficult, or there are a lot of problems, to use force or violence to break away from restraint or constriction.
Examples:
Struggle against discrimination. Struggle to get the job. He could not struggle against temptation.
Evil.
Profoundly immoral, cruel, and wicked, having or exerting a harmful effect on people.
Examples:
Evil ways. A charm against evil. Corruption is an evil act for any reason.
Triumph.
A great victory or achievement.
Examples:
Triumph of democracy. Triumph of the spirit. The team's triumph in the championship resulted from their hard work and dedication.
Meta.
Pertaining to or involving a higher or more abstract level of analysis, interpretation, or self-reference, often used to describe aspects of gaming, social media, or other online communities that involve self-conscious or self-referential elements.
Examples:
Meta-analysis. Meta-language. The meta-description of a website is an important element for search engine optimization.
Narrative.
A story or a description of a series of events or process of telling a story.
Examples:
Narrative poetry. Personal narrative. The narrative handles multiple plot lines and has unpredictable ends.
Distill.
To purify or refine, to extract the essential elements.
Examples:
Distill a liquid. Distill information. She decided to distill her thoughts into a more manageable list.
Grand.
Important and large in size, scope, or extent.
Examples:
A grand meal. Grand this year.
Overnight.
Lasting for or occurring during one night, occurring or changing extremely quickly or suddenly, happening or being achieved in a short amount of time.
Examples:
Overnight parking. Overnight success. The overnight package delivery arrived at my door this morning.
Disillusion.
To disappoint someone or something because you found that something you believed in or hoped for was not as it seemed.
Examples:
Disillusion the young. Disillusion him about reality. She felt disillusioned with the management and decided to leave.
Religion.
A deep conviction in a supernatural power that controls human destiny.
Examples:
Religion sociology. Freedom of religion. Their religion strictly prohibits them from drinking or gambling.
Hippie.
A person who follows a counterculture movement that originated in the United States during the 1960s, characterized by the advocacy of nonviolence, communal living, and a rejection of traditional American values.
Examples:
Hippie lifestyle. Hippie music. The fashion of the hippie movement included unconventional clothing such as tie-dye shirts and bell-bottom jeans.
Claim.
To assert that something is true, to demand or request something as one's own, to lay legal or moral right to something. Noun, a demand or assertion of a right or something that one believes to be true.
Examples:
Claim responsibility. False claim. He wants to claim ownership of the abandoned property.
Singular.
Being only one of its kind, unique.
Examples:
Singular purpose. Singular goal. The singular beauty of the night sky never ceases to amaze him.
Christ.
The man that Christians believe is the prophet and the Son of God, and whose life and sermons form the basis for Christianity.
Examples:
Teaching of Christ. Before Christ. Christmas is the day to celebrate the birth of Christ.
Tradition.
A belief, custom, or way of doing something that has been passed down from generation to generation within a group or society.
Examples:
A tradition of a culture. Against tradition. It is a tradition in many families to have a big Thanksgiving dinner with all their relatives.
Modern.
Of or belonging to the present time or recent times.
Examples:
Modern poetry. Pre-modern agricultural society. Their headquarters are in a modern skyscraper.
Atom.
The smallest unit of ordinary matter that forms a chemical element, composed of a nucleus and one or more electrons bound to the nucleus.
Examples:
Oxygen atom. Neutral hydrogen atoms. The outermost electron shell of an atom determines its chemical characteristics.
Individual.
A single person or thing, as distinct from a group.
Examples:
A private individual. Individual freedom. As an individual, he had the right to make his own decisions and live his life as he saw fit.
Sovereign.
A king or queen.
Examples:
Sovereign wealth fund. A sovereign state. King George was the sovereign of England.
Definition.
A concise explanation of the meaning of a word, phrase, or symbol.
Examples:
A precise definition. The definition of a word. Parallel lines are, by definition, lines on the same plane that never cross.
Government.
The group of people with authority to control a country or state.
Examples:
Government bureaucracy. Government funding. The federal government is planning to increase taxes for the next fiscal year.
Elector.
A person who has the right to vote in an election.
Examples:
Presidential elector. Qualified for an elector. The elector cast their vote for the candidate they believed in.
Democracy.
A form of government in which the people have the authority to deliberate and decide legislation, or to choose governing officials to do so.
Examples:
Democracy advocate. Principles of democracy. Democracy often entails inclusive capitalism as well.
Belong.
To be the property of someone or something, to be a member or part of a group, to be in the proper or appropriate place.
Examples:
Belong to different species. Belong to a group. All the books in this section belong to the library's rare collection and must be handled carefully.
Globe.
The earth or world, mainly used to emphasize its vastness.
Examples:
Terrestrial globe. Around the globe. His final goal is to sail around the globe.
Elect.
To choose someone for a specific position by voting for them, to decide or choose to do something.
Examples:
Elect the school board. Elect death. Every 5 years, the provincial governors are elected.
Bush.
A plant growing thickly with many small branches and several stiff stems coming up from the root.
Examples:
Trees and bushes. A bush of hair. I am going to trim this bush off.
Tyranny.
A form of government in which a single ruler has absolute power, often exercised cruelly and oppressively, the arbitrary or oppressive exercise of power or control over others.
Examples:
Brutal tyranny. Tyranny of the majority. The country was ruled by a tyranny that oppressed its citizens.
Accord.
An official agreement or treaty between two organizations, countries, etc. Verb, allow to have.
Examples:
Accord with public opinion. By national accord. The organization finally signed a peace accord.
Elite.
Belonging to the wealthiest, most potent, best educated, or best trained group in a society.
Examples:
Earn elite status. Elite athlete. Very few educational elites go to Oxford or Cambridge.
Tirelessly.
Without getting tired or fatigued, persistently, energetically, and continuously working with great effort.
Examples:
Dedicated tirelessly. Tirelessly help out. She worked tirelessly for hours to finish her project on time.
Trot.
To run or jog at a moderate pace, to walk with long, quick strides.
Examples:
Trot across the street. Trot off happily. She trotted to keep up with him.
Prospectus.
A formal document outlining the plans, objectives, and details of a business venture, investment opportunity, academic course, or similar project, often used to solicit funding or attract investors or students.
Examples:
Prospectus of a company. Detailed prospectus. The prospectus for the new investment opportunity was filled with promising information.
Salvation.
Preservation or deliverance from harm, ruin, or loss.
Examples:
Salvation Army. The salvation of the individual soul. For many, the church was the only source of salvation in harsh times.
Suffer.
To experience pain, distress, or hardship, to undergo or endure something painful or unpleasant.
Examples:
Suffer a setback. Suffer bad grades. The older man suffers from arthritis and finds it difficult to move around.
Destine.
To determine or set the course of something in advance, often in a way that seems predetermined or inevitable. To specify or choose someone or something for a particular fate or outcome.
Examples:
Destine us to meet again. Be destined to become a great artist. Some people believe that we are all destined for greatness.
Doom.
Death, destruction, or some other terrible situation that cannot be avoided.
Examples:
Economic doom. Prophet of doom. Everyone was aware of the impending doom but was unable to prevent it.
Poorest.
Having the least wealth or resources.
Examples:
Poorest of the poor. Poorest area. The poorest countries in the world often have the highest rates of malnutrition.
Agriculture.
The practice or science of cultivating the land or raising stock.
Examples:
Organic agriculture. Intensive agriculture. Agriculture is the foundation of our economy.
Economy.
The system by which a country or region produces, manages, and distributes goods and services, including the money and finances involved in these activities, of an airline, the lowest priced, most basic option for seating in commercial travel.
Examples:
Economy of scale. Economy class. The economy of the country is struggling due to the recent political instability.
Lift.
To raise something to a higher position or level, to pick up something or somebody and move them to a different position.
Examples:
Lift sagging skin. Lift a ban on alcohol. The drought lifted the prices of grain globally.
Poverty.
The condition of being extremely poor.
Examples:
Poverty alleviation. The cycle of poverty. Many studies have investigated the relationship between poverty and academic achievement.
Alleviate.
To make something, usually pain, distress, or problem, less severe or intense, to ease or lighten a burden.
Examples:
Alleviate anxiety. Alleviate stress. Taking ibuprofen can alleviate the pain from a headache.
Mere.
Used to emphasize how insignificant or minor someone or something is.
Examples:
Mere acquaintance. Mere incident. He lost the election by mere votes. Fraction. A small part or item forming a piece of a whole, the quotient of two rational numbers.
Examples:
A fractional share of the vote. A numerator in a fraction. He spent only a fraction of his earnings.
Gram.
A metric unit of weight equal to 1/1000th of a kilogram.
Examples:
Centimeter gram second system. Gram amount. How much is it per 100 grams?
Needless.
Describing something unnecessary, pointless, or superfluous and could be avoided without any harm or adverse consequences.
Examples:
Needless argument. Needless waste. This needless paperwork is wasting our time and resources.
Hometown.
The town or city where one was born or grew up.
Examples:
Hometown celebrity. Hometown memory. I always look forward to going back to my hometown during the holidays.
Leap.
To jump or spring into the air, often with the feet leaving the ground or a surface below, to move quickly or suddenly, often forward or upward.
Examples:
Leap to a conclusion. Leap of faith. The athlete was able to leap over the hurdle with ease.
Bound.
To move forward by leaps and bounds, to form the boundary of something.
Examples:
Bounded with delight. Bound up a staircase. Canada bounds on the United States.
Entrepreneur.
An individual who creates or invests in one or more businesses, especially when this involves taking financial risks.
Examples:
A successful entrepreneur. Billionaire entrepreneur. Entrepreneurs willingly accept business risks to achieve success.
Expand.
To increase or to make something greater in size, number, or importance.
Examples:
Expand a lineup. Expand agricultural output. They hope to expand their business worldwide.
Unprecedented.
Never having been seen, done, or known before.
Examples:
Unprecedented boom. Unprecedented business opportunity. Unprecedented amounts of heckling and slogan shouting took place throughout the event.
Assume.
To think or accept something to be true without having proof of it, to take or begin to have power, to begin to exhibit a specific quality or appearance.
Examples:
Assume a lousy attitude to his boss. Assume an important role. The following example assumes that the capacity of each battery is the same.
Dominant.
More important, influential, or easy to notice than anything else of the same type.
Examples:
achieve a dominant share, dominant force. Her company soon won a dominant market share.
Rigid.
Extremely strict and difficult to change or adapt, incapable of or resistant to bending.
Examples:
rigid rules, rigid structure. He was unpopular because of his rigid adherence to the rules.
Politically.
In a way that relates to the government or public affairs of a nation.
Examples:
politically advantageous, become politically savvy. This newspaper is supposed to be politically neutral.
Moral.
Concerned with the principles of what is right and wrong, fairness, honesty, etc.
Examples:
moral hazard, moral burden. Ethics deals with moral conduct.
Illegitimate.
Not legally valid or recognized.
Examples:
an illegitimate occupation, illegitimate claim. He had an illegitimate child that he never acknowledged.
Opposition.
The act of disagreeing or resisting, the state of strong disagreement.
Examples:
opposition campaign, meet with opposition. The opposition party strongly disagreed with the government's proposed legislation.
Adaptable.
Able or willing to modify or be modified to deal with new situations.
Examples:
adaptable enough for the environment. An adaptable person. We seek a candidate who possesses adaptable fighting potential.
Meritocratic.
Based on the principle that the talented should be chosen and moved ahead based on their achievements.
Examples:
meritocratic society, meritocratic evaluation. The company prides itself on being meritocratic in its hiring and promotion practices.
Legitimacy.
The state or quality of being allowed and acceptable under the law. The state or quality of being founded on a reasonable or acceptable reason.
Examples:
democratic legitimacy. Challenge the legitimacy. I'm going to deny the legitimacy of his claim.
Define.
To state or explain precisely the nature, scope, or meaning of something.
Examples:
define a word. Define my position. To advance this discussion, we must define success rigorously. Characteristic. A typical feature or quality that can identify, tell apart, or describe something or somebody.
Examples:
stripes characteristic of the zebra. My friend's characteristic laugh. Bananas have their characteristic taste and odor.
Inherent.
Existing in something as a permanent, essential, or characteristic attribute.
Examples:
Inherent risk. Have an inherent dislike. Honesty is an inherent quality that everyone should strive to possess.
Incapable.
Unable to do, control, or achieve something.
Examples:
Drunk and incapable. Incapable of being resisted. He seems incapable of understanding what she says.
Self-correction.
The act of recognizing and correcting one's errors or mistakes, often without the aid of external feedback.
Examples:
Need for self-correction. Self-correction mechanism. The self-correction process is important in ensuring that mistakes are identified and corrected.
Adapt.
To make fit for change to suit a new purpose or environment.
Examples:
Adapt fully to the environment. Adapt as needed. I advised him to adapt to his new surroundings.
Policy.
A set of rules, guidelines, principles, or procedures that govern decision-making or action, often used in the context of business or government. A course of action or plan of action adopted or followed by an organization or individual to achieve a goal or objective.
Examples:
Health policy. Foreign policy. The company's new policy on remote work has made it a more inclusive workplace.
Privatize.
To transfer ownership or control of a business or industry from government or public control to private ownership or control. To make something into a private enterprise or organization.
Examples:
Privatize post offices. Privatize healthcare. The government wants to privatize specific industries to boost their efficiency.
Farmland.
Land used for farming or agricultural purposes.
Examples:
Farmland acreage. Fertile farmland. The government is encouraging farmers to expand their farmland to increase food production.
Reform.
The act of improving or correcting something wrong or bad. Verb, to make a change in something to correct a flaw or improve it.
Examples:
Economic reform. Reform movement. The government is proposing a reform to the healthcare system to make it more accessible and affordable for all citizens.
Giant.
Extremely big, much bigger or more important than similar items usually are.
Examples:
Giant trees. Giant tech company. The giant jets that gradually dominate the world's airlines.
Membership.
The state of belonging to a group, a club, an organization, etc.
Examples:
A membership fee. Membership in a stock exchange. My application for membership in the association was accepted.
Business person.
A person who is engaged in business, typically as an owner or executive.
Examples:
A young businessperson. Businessperson network. He was a successful businessperson and had much experience in the field.
Unimaginable.
Beyond what can be imagined or conceived, impossible to comprehend or envision.
Examples:
Unimaginable horror. Unimaginable depths. The complexity of scientific theories was unimaginable for most people.
Dramatic.
Very sudden, very excellent, or full of action and excitement.
Examples:
Make dramatic changes. A dramatic rescue at sea. The statement had a dramatic impact on house prices.
Fashion.
A style that is popular at a particular time or place, the state of being popular.
Examples:
Go out of fashion. New fashion trends. That style is no longer in fashion.
Institutional.
Of, in, or relating to a large important organization, such as a university or bank, organized as or forming part of the standard systems, practices, etc.
Examples:
Institutional bank. Address institutional constraints. We have to discuss the institutional reforms of our country.
Enact.
To make a law, to put something into practice.
Examples:
Enact new legislation. Enact the smoking ban. The government enacted this law in 1925.
Dysfunction.
A problem or fault in a system, organism, or part of the body or machine.
Examples:
Dysfunction of kidneys. Brain dysfunction. The dysfunction in the relationship was causing problems for both partners.
Retain.
To keep or continue to possess or maintain something.
Examples:
Retain information. Retain a lawyer. Computers help people retain specific memories.
Accumulate.
To collect or acquire a large number of things over a long period of time.
Examples:
Accumulate cash value. Accumulate evidence. He has accumulated his wealth through real estate investments.
Perpetuate.
To make something continue or prevail for a long time.
Examples:
Perpetuate a myth. perpetuate chronic pain. That work perpetuates his fame.
Prolong.
To extend the duration or length of something, particularly a period of time or an event.
Examples:
Prolong the agony. Measures to prolong the lifespan. We need to prolong the meeting for another hour to discuss all the issues.
Disastrous.
Extremely bad, harmful, or unsuccessful.
Examples:
Have disastrous consequences. Absolutely disastrous effect. The emission of hazardous substances has disastrous effects on the ecology of a region.
Institute.
An organization that has a specific purpose, particularly one dealing with science, education, or a particular profession. Verb, to initiate, introduce, or establish something.
Examples:
Institute a lawsuit. Research institutes. This region has many institutes offering higher education.
Mandatory.
Required by a rule or law, compulsory.
Examples:
A mandatory clause. Mandatory training. Attendance at the meeting is mandatory for all employees.
Retirement.
The fact or act of stopping working and leaving one's job.
Examples:
Retirement from politics. Impending retirement. This fund is responsible for disability and retirement benefits.
Lag.
To move or develop so slowly that you are behind other people, organizations, etc.
Examples:
Lag a long way behind the progress. Lag behind its competition. Our interest began to lag sharply.
Dire.
Extremely serious or urgent, critical, grave, or disastrous.
Examples:
Suffer dire poverty. Dire situation. The dire economic straits called for immediate action.
Rhetoric.
Speech or writing intended to please or persuade someone, the art or study of using language effectively and persuasively in spoken or written form.
Examples:
The rhetoric of a debate. High-flown rhetoric. He was known for his powerful rhetoric and ability to persuade people with his words.
Trap.
A piece of equipment or hole for catching animals or people. Verb, to catch animals or people and prevent them from escaping.
Examples:
Set a trap. Trap an animal. The enemy fell right into the trap.
Bias.
A strong feeling in favor of or against one group of people, an idea, or thing, often not based on fair judgment.
Examples:
Bias against a big company. have a bias towards socialism. She researched gender bias in politics.
Decide.
To make up someone's mind about something, to come to a conclusion or judgment after considering options.
Examples:
Decide a question. Decide on a course of action. She couldn't decide whether to order the pizza or the pasta for dinner.
Aspect.
One part or feature of a situation, problem, subject, etc.
Examples:
Non-technical aspects of the job. Aspects of social, political, and economic life. His professional experience includes all aspects of media production.
Govern.
To legally control and direct a country, city, group of people, etc., and be responsible for introducing new laws, organizing and maintaining public services.
Examples:
A nation's right to govern. Govern a public enterprise. The regulations governing medical malpractice claims are rigorous.
Recognizable.
Easy to become aware of or identify.
Examples:
To a recognizable degree. Recognizable landmark. His car was easily recognizable in the parking lot.
Fundamental.
Forming an essential base or core from which everything else develops or is affected.
Examples:
Fundamental education. Fundamental rights. Human behavior has fundamental characteristics.
Venture.
A business project or activity that is risky or daring.
Examples:
Venture capital. A joint venture. The venture into the new market was risky, but it paid off.
Concentration.
The ability to focus all your time and energy on one thing without thinking about anything else.
Examples:
Concentration of armaments. His research area of concentration. This exam requires excellent concentration to pass.
Governance.
The act or process of governing or managing a political, social, or economic entity, the systems or principles that guide such processes.
Examples:
Good governance. Corporate governance. The United Nations assists countries in building strong governance frameworks and institutions.
Corruption.
Dishonest, harmful, or illegal behavior, especially of people in positions of power.
Examples:
Corruption accusation. Federal corruption charges. Rampant corruption led to a loss of trust in the government.
Context.
The circumstances, facts, or conditions that surround a particular event, situation, or statement and that give it meaning.
Examples:
historical context, legal context. It's important to understand the context of a situation before making a decision.
Counterintuitive.
Contrary to what common sense would suggest.
Examples:
counterintuitive results, counterintuitive behavior. The counterintuitive nature of quantum physics has been a source of confusion for scientists for decades.
Institutionalize.
To establish or make something a part of an institution, equals a place such as a university, hospital, etc.
Examples:
institutionalize a system, institutionalize customary laws. The new policy aims to institutionalize the use of renewable energy sources.
Background.
The details of a person's social heritage, such as family, vocational or educational experience, past information that is essential to understanding a situation or problem.
Examples:
a background color, a criminal background. The company's hiring criteria emphasize personality, not a person's background.
Privilege.
A special right or advantage that only one person or group of people has, usually because they are rich and powerful in a society.
Examples:
a breach of privilege, privilege of membership. In the Middle Ages, the right to hunt in the wild was the privilege of royalty and nobility.
Principality.
A territory ruled by a prince or duke.
Examples:
a landlocked principality, a type of principality. The Principality of Monaco is a small, independent state in Europe.
President.
The leader of a republic, for example, the U.S., the person in charge of the organization, such as a company, university, club, etc.
Examples:
President Emeritus, Vice President for Finance. The club president does not have absolute power.
Premier.
First in importance, order, or position, leading.
Examples:
Premier League, premier position. He is the premier player on the team and always leads them to victory.
Entirely.
Completely.
Examples:
entirely satisfied with the meal. He was entirely to blame. Later, his claim was found to be entirely false.
Ordinary.
Not different, exceptional, or unexpected in any way, especially in quality, ability, size, or degree.
Examples:
an ordinary school, ordinary annual revenue. The ordinary session of the Diet opened.
Committee.
A group of people appointed or elected to perform a specific function or manage a particular task, often within a larger organization.
Examples:
Committee meeting. Committee member. The ad hoc committee met to discuss the proposal.
Percentage:
The number, amount, or rate of something, which is usually the amount per 100.
Examples:
The percentage of the gold content. A high percentage. What is the percentage of the consumption tax in the United States?
Wealth:
A large amount of money, property, or other things that someone or an organization owns.
Examples:
Majority of his wealth. Material wealth. The wealth inequality was unavoidable.
Vast:
Enormous in size, number, amount, or quantity.
Examples:
Vast majority. Vast desert. A vast audience viewed the broadcast.
Compete:
To strive to achieve more success than someone or something.
Examples:
Compete against a friend. Compete fiercely. You must compete with others to obtain this position.
Upward:
Toward the top or highest point, or a higher position or level. Adjective, extending or moving toward a higher place.
Examples:
Look upward. Demonstrate an upward trend. The company adjusted the revenue upward.
Mobility:
The ability to move or be moved freely or easily from one place, job, or social class to another.
Examples:
Lack in mobility. Improve social mobility. I have limited mobility in my arms.
Organization:
A group of people who work together for a shared purpose.
Examples:
Organization chart. Agricultural organization. She is the president of a large international organization.
Depart:
To go away or leave, especially to start a journey.
Examples:
Arrive and depart on time. Depart from the faith. We departed before the temperature fell below 0.
Function:
The purpose or use of an object, system, or process, a particular activity or operation that is designed to serve a specific purpose, a mathematical concept that describes a relationship between two sets of values, called the input and output sets. Verb: to operate or work in a specific way, or to perform a particular task or purpose.
Examples:
Function properly. Immune function. The brain is an incredibly complex organ that controls the body's function.
Engine:
A machine that converts thermal energy to mechanical work, something that has an important role used to achieve a purpose.
Examples:
A steam engine, an air-cooled engine. The policies he announces can be the engine of economic growth in the country.
Envy.
To experience a feeling of jealousy or resentment towards someone because of their possessions, qualities, or achievements. To desire to have something that someone else has. Noun, a feeling of resentment or jealousy towards someone else's perceived advantage or success.
Examples:
Envy his success. Feeling envy toward him. I can't help but envy my friend's ability to stay calm in stressful situations.
Corporation.
A large company or group of companies that are controlled together by law as a single unit.
Examples:
A public corporation. Corporation assets. 4 companies were amalgamated into a single corporation.
Rot.
To decay, or cause something to decay, naturally and gradually.
Examples:
Begin to rot. Rot with age. Please refrigerate the meat, or it will rot.
Pyramid.
A polyhedron having a polygonal base and triangular sides with a common vertex. A massive monument with a square base and 4 triangular sides. Begun by Cheops around 2700 BC as royal tombs in ancient Egypt.
Examples:
Pyramid architecture. A truncated pyramid. The Egyptian pyramids consist of a vast number of blocks.
Component.
One of several parts that combines with others to form something bigger.
Examples:
Key component. Spare components for cars. The researchers try to discover a common component in all types of successful organizations.
Enterprise.
A business or company, a purposeful or industrious undertaking, especially one that requires effort.
Examples:
Undertake an enterprise. His business enterprise. A growing enterprise requires a bold leader.
Communal.
Belonging to or used by a group rather than individuals, for common use.
Examples:
Communal swimming pool. Communal combination of funds. Communal elections were held in several European countries.
Separate.
To force, take, or pull apart, mark as different.
Examples:
Separate video into chapter. Separate cream from milk. We need to separate the aspect of his personality from the part of his competence when making an investment decision.
Integrate.
To combine one thing with another so that they form a whole or work together. To accept equal participation for members of all races and ethnic groups.
Examples:
integrate into the existing system. Integrate both businesses. He found that it is difficult to integrate socially.
Recruit.
To persuade someone to work for a company, to find new members for an organization, the armed forces, etc.
Examples:
recruit a good worker. Recruit a new hire. The colonial government recruited militia support when civil war broke out.
Grad.
Informal for graduate, a student who has recently graduated or is about to graduate from a school, college, or university.
Examples:
high school grad. Grad student. He was proud to be a grad of the prestigious university.
Clerk.
A person who works in an office and is responsible for keeping records, writing letters, etc. A person who works in a store and is responsible for serving customers.
Examples:
clerk job. Clerk position. The clerk at the store helped me find what I needed.
Promote.
To encourage or persuade people to like, buy, use, do, or support something, to raise someone to a higher position or rank.
Examples:
promote a better relationship. Promote bad behavior. The government should do more to promote sustainable agribusiness.
Increasingly.
More and more.
Examples:
increasingly become common. Face increasingly complicated challenges. Our company found it increasingly difficult to keep up with the competition.
Rank.
A position in a hierarchy of status or authority. Verb, to take or have a position relative to others.
Examples:
rank amateur. High rank. He was promoted to the rank of captain in the military.
Deputy.
A person who is appointed as the substitute of another and given the power to do something instead of another.
Examples:
a deputy governor. Deputy Attorney General. She left the decision to her deputy.
Sect.
A group of people who follow a particular religious or philosophical belief system, especially one that is regarded as outside the norm or mainstream.
Examples:
sect beliefs. Secret sect. The minority sect believed in a set of unconventional religious practices.
Division.
The act or outcome of splitting into separate parts, a critical organizational unit or sector.
Examples:
cellular division. Division chief. Which division of the company do you work in?
Manger.
A trough or open container used to hold food, typically for animals, Historically associated with the feeding trough where Jesus Christ was placed after his birth, as described in the Christian Bible.
Examples:
Wooden manger. Feed in a manger. The nativity scene depicted baby Jesus lying in a humble manger.
Karate.
A Japanese martial art that emphasizes hand and foot strikes, blocks, and evasions, often using a combination of techniques to overpower an opponent, also seen as a form of self-defense and physical training.
Examples:
Karate moves. Black belt in karate. She has been practicing karate for years and has won many tournaments.
Invest.
To put money, effort, time, etc. into something to make a profit or achieve a result.
Examples:
Invest in stocks. Invest capital. The government should view children as national assets and actively invest in them.
District.
A part of a country or town, especially one with particular features.
Examples:
School districts. Urban districts. Since 2001, the district has provided training programs for automotive technicians.
Superior.
Better, higher in quality, or more advanced than others.
Examples:
Superior performance. Provide superior customer service. The new smartphone model is superior to the previous version in terms of speed and features.
Peer.
A person who has the same age, status, or ability.
Examples:
Peer group. Peer review. Among young people, peer pressure can be pretty influential.
Subordinate.
Of lower rank or importance, often used to describe a person in a position of inferiority or inferior status, serving as a secondary or supporting element to something else.
Examples:
Subordinate position. Subordinate role. The CEO's subordinate employees were expected to follow his instructions without question.
Vet.
Also a veterinarian, a person who has a medical degree trained to examine and take care of the health of animals.
Examples:
Vet clinic. Vet checkup. We had to take our dog to the vet because she was not feeling well.
Conduct.
To organize and carry out a particular activity.
Examples:
Conduct a background check. Conduct research. Police will conduct random breath testing for drunk driving.
Survey.
An investigation of the opinions, behavior, etc. of a particular group of people, made by asking people questions.
Examples:
A comprehensive survey. Recent survey. That survey shows that people are accepting the tax increase to some extent.
Cadre.
A group of trained and committed members of an organization or movement.
Examples:
Elite cadre. Cadre of leaders. The cadre of experienced soldiers led the attack.
Bureau.
An office or agency that specializes in a particular type of work, often related to collecting or compiling data or information.
Examples:
Bureau of Statistics. Travel Bureau. I went to the Bureau of Motor Vehicles to renew my driver's license.
Chief.
Most important or primary, noun, a person who is in charge.
Examples:
Chief Accountant. Chief Events of the Year. Mining is a chief source of income for the country.
Typical.
Having the usual characteristics or traits of a specific group of things.
Examples:
Typical leader. Fairly typical symptoms. This artwork is typical of her work.
Assignment.
A duty or task given to someone, usually as part of their job or studies.
Examples:
Finish the assignment. Assignment of interest. My assignment was overwhelming and complicated, but it was also exciting.
Revenue.
The income that a government receives from taxes or that a company earns from its business.
Examples:
Tax revenue. Annual revenue. This graph indicates the city's tourism revenue over 5 years.
Competitive.
Involving competition or competitiveness.
Examples:
A competitive price. Competitive position. The mobile application industry is a competitive one.
Eventually.
Finally, particularly after a long time or a lot of struggle, complications, and so on.
Examples:
Eventually become obsolete. Eventually succeed. The corporation eventually dominated the entire tobacco business.
Process.
A series of actions or operations performed to achieve a particular outcome or goal. A systematic procedure or approach used to accomplish a specific task or objective. A method of treating milk to make it suitable for consumption or use in other dairy products.
Examples:
Process improvement. Decision-making process. The process for applying for a visa can be lengthy and complicated.
Patronage.
The support or encouragement of a person or group, especially in the form of sponsorship or financial aid, the power or privilege of making appointments or bestowing favors, typically by a patron or patroness.
Examples:
Political patronage. Corporate patronage. The politician relied on the patronage of wealthy donors to fund their campaigns.
Merit.
The quality of being particularly good or worthy, especially to deserve praise or reward.
Examples:
Merit-based. The order of merit. She was promoted based on her merits as a hardworking and dedicated employee.
Essence.
The basic or most important part or quality of something that makes it what it is.
Examples:
Vanilla essence. Universal essence. University teaches the art of understanding the essence of the matter.
Mentor.
A person who helps and advises a younger or less experienced person over time, usually at work or school.
Examples:
Mentor for life. Fashion mentor. As a mentor, he helped me realize my career.
Combine.
To join or merge to form a single thing or group.
Examples:
Combine chemically with another substance. Combine augmented reality. Hydrogen and oxygen combine to form water.
Trillion.
The number 1 trillion, a million million.
Examples:
Trillion cubic feet. Many trillions of dollars. 1 light year is nearly 6 trillion miles.
Governor.
The person who holds the highest executive office in a state or province.
Examples:
Governor General. A prefectural governor. The state governor visited the affected areas and promised to aid the victims.
County.
An administrative division of a country or state, typically one of several comprising a larger division.
Examples:
County seat. Throughout the county. The county's population has been increasing rapidly in recent years.
Apparently.
Based on what you have heard or read.
Examples:
Apparently simple. Apparently unrelated. The police apparently believed this explanation was plausible.
Universal.
Existing or affecting everywhere or everyone.
Examples:
Universal life. Principles of universal design. The picture earned near universal acclaim from critics.
Suffrage.
The right to vote in political elections, the exercise of voting rights, or the process of obtaining them.
Examples:
Suffrage movement. Female suffrage. The suffrage march was a peaceful protest demanding voting rights for women.
Competent.
Having the necessary ability, knowledge, or skill to do something successfully.
Examples:
Competent authority. Competent personnel. The judge ruled that the defendant was competent to stand trial. Mire. A wet, muddy ground or area that is difficult to walk or move through.
Examples:
Stick in the mire. Mire of debt. The project was bogged down in a mire of bureaucracy. Dismember. To cut or tear the limbs or other body parts of a living or dead creature. To take apart or dismantle something in a destructive way. Examples: Dismember a corpse. Dismember a team. The killer used a saw to dismember the victim's body into pieces. Aggression. The act of attacking or assaulting, hostile or violent behavior. Examples: Aggression by a hostile country. Naked aggression. The dog's aggression made it difficult for its owners to take it for a walk. Industrial. Of or relating to or resulting from industry. Examples: Beginning of the Industrial Revolution. Industrial alcohol. Industrial design has become more focused on human nature aspect than ever before. Powerhouse. An electrical generating station, a person, organization, or thing that is extremely successful or influential. Examples: Powerhouse actors. Powerhouse economy. The company has become a powerhouse in the tech industry with its innovative products and services. Prosperity. The state of being successful and having the good fortune. Examples: Economic prosperity. Prosperity of humankind. This war shattered dreams of peace and prosperity. Pew. A long bench or seating area, typically found in churches, designed to accommodate multiple people during religious services. Examples: Empty pew. Wooden pew. The church was filled with people sitting on the pews, listening to the sermon. Poll. An inquiry into public opinion conducted by interviewing a random sample of people, the process of voting at an election. Examples: A pre-election poll. Public opinion polls. Several polls show a decline in the president's approval rating. Attitude. The way you think and feel about someone or something. Examples: Attitude toward mistakes. Attitude control. She had the attitude that work was fun. Satisfaction. A pleasant feeling you have when you have fulfilled a desire, need, or expectation or have achieved something.
Examples:
a sense of satisfaction, customer satisfaction. The mediated settlement brought satisfaction to both sides.
Whopping.
Extremely large, impressive, or noteworthy. It can also be used to describe a surprise or shock.
Examples:
whopping price, whopping success. The new smartphone has a whopping 1 terabyte of storage space.
Brand.
A type of product, service, etc., made by a particular company and sold under a specific name, identification mark on the skin of livestock, criminals, etc., made by burning.
Examples:
create a brand logo, the brand of the new car. There's a new brand of hero in the movies now.
Generation.
All the people born and living at about the same time, regarded collectively, the production of heat or electricity.
Examples:
generation gap, the generation of electricity. The younger generation has different values and beliefs than the older one.
Optimistic.
Hoping or expecting that good thing will happen or something will be successful.
Examples:
he is optimistic. Optimistic outlook. Most executives were optimistic about future business conditions.
Contrast.
To put in opposition, to show or emphasize differences.
Examples:
contrast with a decade ago. Contrast two things. It's intriguing to compare and contrast the two authors.
Dismal.
Depressing or dreary, causing or showing unhappiness or despair.
Examples:
dismal failure. Dismal performance. The weather was so dismal that we decided to stay indoors all day.
Elaborate.
Containing a lot of carefully prepared and organized or many complicated and detailed parts.
Examples:
an elaborate hat. Elaborate Ponzi scheme. He proposed an elaborate program of public works.
Adopt.
To choose to follow something, to legally take a child from another family and care for them as if they were one's own.
Examples:
adopt a child. Adopt a bill. The National Assembly has adopted the budget.
Regime.
The organization, a system, or method that is the governing authority of a political unit.
Examples:
a puppet regime. Exercise regime. Totalitarian regimes are less likely to innovate because they deprive individuals of economic incentives.
Strife.
Conflict or disagreement, especially between people or groups.
Examples:
At strife over the land. Civil strife. The country has been racked by political strife for many years.
Approval.
The belief that someone or something is good or acceptable.
Examples.
A written approval. Express my approval. This project took a lot of time to get the president's approval.
Perpetual.
Continuing for an extended period in the same way without stopping or being interrupted.
Examples.
Perpetual motion machine. Perpetual struggle. The company employs a perpetual inventory system.
Regret.
To feel sad, repentant, or disappointed over something you have done or something you have not been able to do.
Examples.
Regret a decision. Regret being so careless. I regret to say that you did not gain admission to the university.
Impressive.
Arousing admiration due to size, quality, or skill.
Examples.
Impressive performances. An impressive array of facts. The budget reduction was an impressive feat for our nation.
Hunk.
A large, strong, attractive man, a large piece or chunk, especially meat.
Examples.
Muscular hunk. Hunk of cheese. She couldn't stop staring at the hunk on the magazine cover.
Superpower.
A country or nation that has significant global influence or formidable military, economic, or technological strength. A supernatural ability or force capable of extraordinary feats or feats beyond normal human capabilities.
Examples.
Superpower country. Superpower leader. The ability to fly like a bird is often considered a superpower in comic books and movies.
Enormous.
Extremely large or great.
Examples.
Enormous amount. Enormous potential. Shakespeare's output of poetry was enormous.
Wrench.
To pull or twist something suddenly or violently.
Examples.
Wrench off the lock. Wrench my back. A deep sigh was wrenched from his chest.
Mind-boggling.
Extremely surprising or overwhelming and, therefore, difficult to understand or imagine.
Examples.
A mind-boggling puzzle. A mind-boggling display. Educating hundreds of thousands of recruits is a mind-boggling task.
Pollution.
The introduction of harmful substances or waste into the natural environment that causes adverse change.
Examples.
Environmental pollution. High levels of air pollution. The pollution is endangering the local plants and animals.
Population.
The total number of people in a country, region, or location.
Examples:
Population change. Labor population. In just 4 years, the population has doubled.
Widespread.
Existing or happening in various places or among many people.
Examples:
Widespread use. Widespread fear of nuclear war. In medieval times, death punishment was widespread and socially accepted.
Undermine.
To make someone or something less powerful, less effective, weaker gradually, to make someone's fame, competence, or authority less effective or weaker gradually.
Examples:
Undermine a good relationship. Undermine their adversary's reputation. They tried to undermine her position by slandering her.
Analyst.
Someone whose job is to examine something to learn or understand more about it.
Examples:
Banking analyst. Senior research analyst. The analyst concluded that bankruptcy was inevitable.
Diagnose.
To determine or distinguish the nature of a problem or an illness through a careful analysis.
Examples:
Diagnose the problem. Diagnose with CT scans. This device is used to diagnose brain cancer and other tumors.
Disease.
A disorder or illness that affects the body or mind, often characterized by specific symptoms or abnormal functioning of organs or systems.
Examples:
Disease prevention. Disease control. The doctor diagnosed him with a rare disease that had no known cure.
Transparency.
The condition or quality of being easy to see through.
Examples:
Lack of transparency. Transparency during the trials. The main discussion topic is government transparency.
Panacea.
A remedy or solution that is believed to be a cure for all illnesses or problems, something that is seen as a universal cure-all.
Examples:
Panacea solution. No panacea for economic woes. Many people believe that exercise is the panacea for all health problems.
Bet.
To risk money on the result of an event or a competition, such as a race or game, to get more money, to have faith or confidence in something.
Examples:
Bet on a race. Bet my future. I bet that you know it.
Prediction.
The act of predicting the future by reasoning, a statement made about the future.
Examples:
Make my predictions. Gloomy predictions. These results muddied the prediction.
Surpass.
To be or do better than someone or something. To excel or go beyond the limits or standards of something.
Examples:
surpass imagination. Surpass $20 billion in sales. The athlete's record-breaking performance surpassed all expectations.
Capita.
A Latin word meaning head, used to express the amount for each person, any head or head-like expansion on a structure, as on a bone.
Examples:
Per capita sales. The agricultural yield per capita. GDP per capita shrunk by almost 10% for the third consecutive year.
Curb.
To restrain, limit, or control something. To reduce or put a stop to something undesirable. Noun, the raised edge or barrier along the edge of a street, road, or sidewalk.
Examples:
Curb appetite. Curb anxiety. He tried to curb his anger during the argument with his friend.
Eliminate.
To remove or get rid of someone or something.
Examples:
Eliminate contestants. Eliminate sexual barriers. We can eliminate this possibility from those consumptions.
Notch.
A V-shaped cut or indentation made in a surface or edge, a level of achievement or success, a point or degree of measurement or comparison.
Examples:
Top-notch service. Score a notch. The cake was decorated with a notch to represent the birthday boy's age.
Accelerate.
To make something faster or earlier, to cause to develop or progress more quickly.
Examples:
Accelerate a chemical reaction. Accelerate the car. The government tried to accelerate the commercialization of this development.
Firm.
Resolute or unwavering in decision-making or action, strong or secure in structure, make or composition, reliable, trustworthy, or dependable. Noun, a business or company.
Examples:
Firm grip. Accounting firm. The firm deadline for submitting the project is tomorrow, so we need to work efficiently to finish on time.
Dusk.
The period of the day just before nightfall, when the light begins to fade, the darker part of twilight.
Examples:
Dusk sky. Dusk falls. The sky turned a beautiful orange hue at dusk.
Cancer.
Abnormal growth of cells that can invade and destroy surrounding tissues and organs. A disease characterized by the uncontrolled growth and spread of abnormal cells.
Examples:
Cancer diagnosis. Cancer research. Breast cancer is the most common type of cancer in women.
Clarify.
To make something, such as a statement or situation, less confusing and more understandable.
Examples:
Clarify a goal. Clarify his feelings. The police tried to clarify the facts concerning her death.
Indict.
To formally charge or accuse someone of a crime, based on the decision of a grand jury or other legal authority. To bring a legal case against someone, typically to prosecute and punish them.
Examples:
Indict a suspect. Indict him of injuries. The FBI worked tirelessly to gather enough evidence to indict the corrupt politician.
Contrary.
Acting in opposition to what is expected or desired.
Examples:
The clear contrary. Contrary evidence. The two sides argued their points, but the judge ultimately sided with the contrary viewpoint.
Contribute.
To give something, especially money or goods, to provide or achieve something together with other people.
Examples:
Contribute a large sum of money to the fund. Contribute to society. Government workers cannot contribute to political campaigns.
Hubris.
Excessive pride, arrogance, or overconfidence, often leading to someone's downfall or ruin.
Examples:
Political hubris. Hubris in business. The athlete's hubris resulted in him underestimating his competition and losing the game.
Supplant.
To replace or take the place of something or someone, often by force or through strategic maneuvering. To make obsolete or obsolete by introducing a superior or more advanced alternative.
Examples:
Supplant traditional methods. Supplant current technology. The young startup aims to supplant the established players in the industry through innovation.
Latter.
Situated nearer to the end of something than the beginning, recent.
Examples:
The latter part of the 20th century. The latter half of life. We plan to schedule the feature update for the latter 10 days of September.
Pretension.
The act of claiming or asserting something, especially without good reason or without evidence, an unfounded or excessive claim or ambition.
Examples:
Pretension to authority. Baseless pretension. His pretensions of being a gourmet were quickly exposed when he could not identify basic herbs and spices.
Export.
To send goods or services to another country for sale. To transfer electronic data out of a database or document in a format that other programs can use.
Examples:
Export goods. Export the data. The country exports a large amount of agricultural products.
Precise.
Sharply exact or accurate or delimited.
Examples:
Precise analyses. Estimate precise costs. The content is precise and informative for me.
Alternative:
One of two or more available possibilities or choice.
Examples:
An alternative plan. There is no other alternative. Doctors are gradually coming around to the idea of using alternative medicines.
Demonstration:
A display or show, often of a particular skill or product, intended to convince or persuade others.
Examples:
Demonstration project. A campus demonstration. Thousands of people attended the protest demonstration against the proposed policy.
Laudable:
Deserving praise, admiration, or commendation, worthy of approval or recognition due to its positive qualities or actions.
Examples:
Laudable achievement. Laudable goal. Her laudable efforts to improve the community were recognized and praised by everyone.
Dogmatic:
Characterized by strong and unwavering opinions or beliefs that are often expressed with force and without consideration for alternative viewpoints or evidence.
Examples:
Dogmatic beliefs. Dogmatic approach. The company's old dogmatic policies were the cause of its downfall.
Evolve:
To develop gradually, or to cause the development of something or someone gradually.
Examples:
Evolve. Evolve over the past decade. Eyeless fish evolved in dark caves.
Irresponsible:
Not showing a proper sense of responsibility, not reliable.
Examples:
Irresponsible actions. Irresponsible behavior. It was irresponsible of him to drive home after drinking so much alcohol.
Boring:
Lacking interest or excitement, tedious or dull.
Examples:
Boring work. Boring day. The lecture was so boring that many people fell asleep.
Plurality:
The state of being plural or multiple, a majority of votes or shares held by one group in a multi-candidate or multi-party system.
Examples:
Political plurality. Cultural plurality. The team's plurality of skills allowed them to tackle a wide range of tasks.
Brave:
Showing courage or fearlessness in the face of danger, difficulty, or adversity.
Examples:
Brave soldier. Brave decision. The brave firefighter rescued the family from the burning building.
Analyze:
To think about in depth and evaluate to discover essential features or meaning.
Examples:
Analyze a chemical compound. Analyze your real motives. The teacher attempted to analyze the root cause of our mistake.
Unsettle.
To make somebody feel anxious or upset, especially because of an unstable or problematic situation.
Examples:
Unsettle the nervous system. Unsettle his conviction. This nationwide strike may unsettle the country's economy.
Oversight.
The act of supervising or watching over something, a mistake caused by not paying enough attention to something.
Examples:
Environmental oversight. Oversight committee. Due to careless oversight, the product was not inspected before it was shipped to the customers.
Consult.
To seek or get advice or information from a person, book, or other source having special knowledge on a particular subject.
Examples:
Regularly consult with a doctor. Consult my wallet. Always consult a lawyer before launching a business.
Nation.
A large organized community of people living in a particular country or region and having a particular culture.
Examples:
Nation state. A seafaring nation. The nation of Japan is known for its unique culture and advanced technology.
Mechanism.
A part of a machine, or a set of parts that performs a task, a natural or established process that occurs during a specific situation or reaction.
Examples:
The mechanism for DNA replication. Defense mechanism. He discovered unique mechanisms for photochemical reactions.
Frank.
Honest and sincere, open and candid in expression.
Examples:
Frank and open discussion. Make a frank apology. Full involvement means frank and prompt responses.
Authoritarian.
Characterized by strict, absolute control and obedience to authority or rules, dictatorial and lacking in personal freedoms or individual rights.
Examples:
Authoritarian practice. Authoritarian government. The authoritarian leadership style left no room for dissent or alternative opinions.
Provincial.
Of or relating to a local government, having characteristics or views that are narrow in scope or limited by a narrow outlook.
Examples:
Provincial town. Provincial accent. His provincial upbringing left him with a limited view of the world beyond his hometown.
Garbage.
Waste material, especially food waste and kitchen refuse.
Examples:
Garbage collection. Lump of garbage. The garbage truck will be coming to pick up the trash every Monday morning.
Unstick.
To free something that is stuck or adhering to something else.
Examples:
Unstick the door. Unstick the pages of a book. I had to use a knife to unstick the envelope from the table.
Feat.
A notable or impressive achievement, especially one that requires great skill or bravery.
Examples:
Intellectual feat. Feat accomplishment. It is an incredible feat to climb Mount Everest, the highest mountain in the world.
Mention.
To speak or write about something or someone briefly.
Examples:
Mention name. Mention in a report. I mentioned to him that I had seen his sister at the grocery store earlier that day.
Unrest.
A state of agitation or disturbance, lack of calm or peace.
Examples:
Unrest in the city. Cause unrest. The recent political unrest in the country has led to widespread protests and civil disobedience.
Protest.
A strong expression of disagreement, disapproval, or opposition.
Examples:
Hold a protest. A silent protest. He left the party in protest at its radical political stance.
Environment.
The natural world such as air, water, and land in which humans, animals, and plants live.
Examples:
Environment affairs. Chaotic environment. Every human is responsible for taking care of the Earth's environment.
Vibrant.
Full of energy, life, and enthusiasm.
Examples:
A city vibrant with life. Variety of vibrant colors. A vibrant private sector is crucial for economic growth.
Recognize.
To acknowledge or realize something or someone, to identify, remember, or become aware of something that was previously known or encountered.
Examples:
Recognize talent. Recognize achievement. It's important to recognize your strengths and weaknesses.
Concept.
An idea or principle associated with something abstract.
Examples:
Learn new concepts. Concept car. One such rapidly growing concept is quantum cryptography.
Alien.
A person who comes from a different country, race, or group, a form of life assumed to exist outside the Earth or its atmosphere.
Examples:
Alien fungi. Resident aliens. Alien species have drastically altered the ecosystem in this area.
Consistent.
Always behaving or happening in the same way, or having the same thoughts, standards, etc.
Examples:
Do on a consistent basis. Get consistent results. You are not consistent in your behavior.
Coherent.
Logical and consistent. Noun, the quality of being clear and easy to understand.
Examples:
A coherent explanation. Create a coherent system. His writing was well structured and coherent.